Okay, so I'm going to try and show you here a bit how the glasses work, what they say. So, hey Meta, what's the weather like today?
In Vancouver, today will be cloudy with a high of 15 degrees Celsius and a low of 9 degrees Celsius, with rain expected in the evening.
Pretty cool, huh? Hey Meta, what am I looking at?
You are looking at a building under construction, with several floors and windows. There is also some trees and other buildings in the background.
So it's pretty cool. You can obviously get it to ask about your surroundings, the weather, different objects you're looking at, and yeah, it's actually worked really well. You can take photos, and you can hear there that it was covered by the hat, so quite intuitive, easy to use, and I find myself using the AI features occasionally. You can say like, hey Meta, start a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Started.
There you go, set a timer. So things like that, like if you're cooking or around, and having that hands-free option is pretty cool. I sometimes use iPhone's S. I'm not going to say it because it'll kick off all my devices, but and yeah, that works, in the same way. I think it takes a bit to get used to using it. It's a weird thing. We're so used to physically interacting with our devices, and what I like about this is the tactile touches as well. And then with the music as well, I'll try and show you some here. Hey Meta, play Sleep Token Summoning from Apple Music.
Playing Sleep Token Essentials.
Okay, so not quite right, but yeah, I'll try and do a little bit of an audio. There you go. I don't know how well you can hear that. I can't hear anything. So you can skip, turn the volume up, stop playback, start playback. Yeah, really good. I actually do enjoy listening to music on them, and again, having that open ear part is pretty cool. You can still hear everything around you. this will be a bit of a test. I don't know if you can hear this. So you'll find out at the same time as me, looking back on it, I guess. That's a quick overview of them, how they work, a couple of the features, and I'm going to go for a walk and show the video and image capabilities as well. So we'll check that out. Is not a comprehensive review. I'm not a reviewer, tech channel, whatever. I love tech. I'm a software developer, and I love business and tech and all of those things. So I wanted to do a video on this purely for the fact that one is something that I saw that was cool. I mean, it's the first time in a while that I was like, whoa, this looks cool. And not just the Meta Ray-Bans as they are. Obviously, I am a tech nerd, fanboy, whatever. Transparent tech is back. And it's cool. I think it's cool anyway. Hopefully I'm not the only one. But obviously with these coming out at the same time as the Orion talk and the Orion display and everything that they did was really cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, jumped on the hype. Okay, so yeah, another side of it is the Meta AI. I have to say, when I first got them, I did find it quite limited. There was a few cool features, but nothing crazy. Since that, there has been a couple of updates actually, which have been a lot better. You can ask it questions now, things on like, how's the weather? They've changed the voice command slightly as well, so instead of saying, hey Meta, sorry, just dinged. She said, no need to apologize, how can I help you today? But now I found it it's a lot more intuitive now. You can just say, hey Meta, what's the weather like today? So yeah, that's been a lot better, and that's a massive improvement. And do you know what? There was one of the main pulls for me was, although it was limited to start, the hardware as it is pretty good. It's pretty decent. Cameras are decent for what they are. Being able to just look and take a snap of something super quickly is great. For me, the POV kind of view when you're videoing is really cool, and it looks great for what it is. I've seen people complain about the camera quality, but use your phone or a camera. Obviously, I think if you're buying these, you know what you want. if people don't know what they want and they want something that's like, they're gonna think they're gonna get the same image as their phone, like, you're gonna be disappointed. So I think you've got to really look at the use case before you get something like this. But I think the POV stuff's great. The rest of the hardware works really well, and the fact that they're going to keep updating the AI features is great, because we're going to get to a point where the software keeps improving, hardware's good enough, and you get some really good quality of life updates. So hopefully there's more of those to come. But yeah, overall really happy with them. 3 main gripes for me are: 1, this is case specific, but there's a rattle in the right speaker. The bass with the voice talking or listening to music, it's got a slight rattle, and although they're transparent, I can't see what it is. I was hoping that it would kind of resolve itself, but it hasn't. And being that these are limited edition, I don't know if they would just replace them or fix them, but I need to figure that out. The other thing is the quality. I don't know if you can see there, but I'll put up a picture of the right-hand frame is, you can see all of the glue and stuff. I know it's transparent tech, and they're gonna have to get that stuff to stay in there somehow. So it's not the end of the world, but for the money and the price you're paying for it, and the finish of everything else is great, great quality. So it's a bit of I think a bit of a miss for them. But again, you work within your constraints, so that is what it is. That, my 3 main gripes really. So the adhesive showing, the rattle, and the cost. It's not ridiculous. If you look at the Humane AI pin, that was way overpriced for what it is. Then you got the Rabbit R1, which isn't crazy price, but then when you look at it, it's an Android app and a GPT wrapper, and then you're buying this piece of hardware, not great. These are kind of like the middle ground of, they're expensive, but not crazy. Obviously, I'm in Canada at the moment, and I think they were like 400 or 500 Canadian, so UK, US, that's like 250, I guess, 300. So kind of pricey for what they are, but build quality is good. I think the features are good. If they continue to update it, I think that's a win. I don't know how long they're going to update for. I should have said it, if you came to this video for anything like, you know, a comprehensive review, I'm sorry. But yeah, overall, really like them. I think one of the other main things for me is recently there's been a lot of talk, 404 Media, who are great. I really love their stuff and what they do, and they do some fantastic journalism. But they brought out it's not just them, a lot of people have. There was a group of students who used the live stream feature on a pair of Rayban Metas to live stream on Instagram and connect that to a facial recognition service, which is publicly available, which is kind of scary and a bit mental. But a lot of the reporting on it was that the negative and the main highlight was on the glasses themselves being the issue that they were hacked to be able to use facial recognition, which I think was a bit of a miss in that, yes, the form factor, like the glasses were used, but it was connected to, like, it was live streamed and connected to the facial recognition service. So for me, I think the glasses aren't the issue. Yes, it's a bit more of a undercover way to do it, but I think a more like subtle way would be your phone. Like, everyone has a phone. You don't really turn an eye when someone's got their phone on a tripod or they're doing something. It's just the norm now. You've got people TikTok dancing or like me, I film on my phone. And I think that was a bit of an issue as well. I mean, when you record on these, there's a flashing light and it's very obvious. It's built into the camera itself as well, so it's not like you could cover it up. I think it was a previous edition of these, so they didn't have the recording light, or they were able to bypass that, I think. But yeah, I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is that facial recognition software is very easy to get hold of now, very easy to use and implement into these things, which is kind of nuts. But again, I don't think it's the glasses fault. I don't think it's the form factor. You could have probably done it with anything that allows you to use it as a camera to live stream. There's cameras around everywhere. You could do it on your laptop, you could do it on your phone. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting one. But again, I love the conversations that it starts. We have new technology. It's not even new, but we have an advancement in technology that is getting us talking about these things, which I think is fantastic. It's the first time for a piece of hardware that I've been like, ooh, that looks really cool. Humane pin looked really cool. I was all for that. I was watching live streams and all sorts before that came out, but they kind of missed the bar on it. And I think the next race is not going to be for tablets and phones. It's going to be for wearables that allow us to interact with software and technology in a bit more of a subtle way, rather than having to pick up our phone to look at it, which it's not a hardship, but there's a barrier there. Negative on that is that, like, I could be listening to something whilst talking to someone, and again, it kind of separates you from your reality. But I don't know, I'm probably waffling now, but I thought that it's pretty cool. And that's why I wanted to talk about these. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to be like a little segment of a video or going to be a main video, but you watching this right now will know that. So if this was interesting, which it might have been, let me know. I would love to talk more about how tech products and software are changing and how they're impacting us. I don't want to get into reviews, but yeah, I don't know. I'll catch you next time.